we have a lot of students now coming in who are, checking their answers, and of course they are also talking about what to do next. So the problem with that is they are very overwhelmed. That, I have an optional to look at, I have this, I have not studied this part, I have not studied world history or whatever, or that is very confusing. So sometimes when there is so much diversity, like you've said, it becomes very confusing. How do I start? How do I go by it? And for that, we've brought in this students come out of these questions, that they'll not be in that situation that what do I do next, or where do I start the whole process. So we have made a program which is going to plan the whole thing for them, so that step by step they'll keep preparing all the subjects, they'll keep testing themselves, they'll keep writing answers, all aspects which are needed to prepare the mains. That is a part of this program. So throughout that journey, that mentor is going to be very, very helpful in guiding you, because they have the expertise, they've gone through those toppers copy, they've been doing this guiding aspirants, so they recognize the weaknesses and they can accordingly give.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of Vision IAS related to Mains 2025. Recently, prelims examination was conducted by UPSC and we hope your prelims went well. So now, where do you go from here? We will discuss this with our esteemed faculty member Jasmine. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, Kapil.
Ma'am, let's talk about the prelims first, right? Now, the paper was conducted recently and a lot of students are checking their answers, and some of them are nervous, some of them are thinking that they are on boundary, right? So what should the students do specifically for mains between this time and till the UPSC declares the prelims result?
I think this time is one which has too many emotions for the aspirants. There's a lot of confusion also going on, that how the exam was, how did they do, and like you said, they're checking answers, they're trying to see where they are, and in this scenario, I guess they should be allowed a day or so to do that, but not beyond that, because mains is going to be there. August is not very far, and when you have a limited period of time and you have a lot to do, so irrespective of whatever your calculations or whatever deliberation you're doing, I think all aspirants, everybody who has written the prelims exam should start preparing for mains. Even if they don't clear, or even if, sometimes you're just like very close, a mark or two here and there, still this is the time for the mains preparation only, right? Even if it's the next attempt, but you have to think about the fact that this is the time where you should be holistically ready with your mains. So maybe take a day or so, and then after that, bring your focus back, come into that study mode. You don't have a lot of time which you can afford to waste, and they should start with their mains preparation.
Ma'am, when we talk about mains, so tell our viewers why this stage is the most crucial or important stage of this whole UPSC preparation.
Yeah, definitely. It is the most crucial stage of the exam, because this is where the maximum number of marks are involved. Prelims marks are not going to be added to your final score, which gives you that final rank. And you of course have interview, which will get added to it, but interview is 275 marks. The rest of it is the mains marks. So that in itself is the biggest indication why this is most important. And the idea of emphasizing specifically on this is that this is very different from whatever prelims is. You can think of it like, it's like a different exam altogether. The content might be the same, but the approach which you need, the kind of structure which you need, the kind of practice which you need, that is very different from whatever you were doing till now for prelims. And I think when you are preparing for prelims, at least the last few months, you would have dedicated yourself in that kind of a multiple choice questions pattern. Now you have to make this switch, which is very different. And considering it holds a lot of marks, considering it has a lot of subjects which you need to go into detail, and the whole point of answer writing, it's a skill in itself. So that gives us this a lot of prominence, and it needs a lot of attention if you want to do all of that well.
As you mentioned, this stage itself is very diverse, and you need diverse approaches to tackle different segments of this mains examination, right? So how does Vision Laksh program help a student in this regard?
I think we have a lot of students now coming in who are, checking their answers. And of course, they are also talking about what to do next. So the problem with that is they are very overwhelmed. That, I have an optional to look at, I have this, I have not studied this part, I have not studied world history or whatever. Or that is very confusing. So sometimes when there is so much diversity, like you've said, it becomes very confusing. How do I start? How do I go by it? And for that, we've brought in this Lakshya Mains mentorship program. It is going to be a 70-day guided program which will help the aspirants come out of these questions, that they'll not be in that situation that what do I do next or where do I start the whole process. So we have made a program which is going to plan the whole thing for them, so that step by step they'll keep preparing all the subjects, they'll keep testing themselves, they'll keep writing answers, all aspects which are needed to prepare the mains. That is a part of this program.
Ma'am, like as you mentioned, we will prepare them within this constraint of 70 days.
Yeah.
But mains has a lot of syllabus, a vast syllabus.
Yeah.
So how do we plan to complete this syllabus through Lakshya in 70 days?
So the plan is like, of course, the whole syllabus is there. We've divided that syllabus into parts, and not just the overall subject-wise parts, but we have arranged this in days. Like there is a 70-day plan. There are micro targets to be covered every day. So the plan comes with a lot of precision. Like every day you know, okay, this is what I'm expected to do. And the beauty here is that it is customized for your preparation. It's not something like everybody is going to be given a similar kind of idea. We are first going to start with that evaluation. There's going to be a baseline test which people who enroll in this program, they're going to be giving. So now that they know that, okay, this is where their preparation is right now, then from there, individually, they can go about meeting their targets.
And ma'am, answer writing, like if content is the king, then answer writing becomes the queen of this preparation, right? So how do we help student regarding answer writing through Lakshya?
Okay. So what will happen is there's going to be a dedicated mentor assigned to every aspirant who enrolls in this program. And that mentor will be following you through this 70-day journey. So there will be special sessions which will be discussing answer writing. There will be insights from toppers. There will be some experts coming to talk to the aspirants. And along with that, we'll also be having live answer writing sessions. So you sit down, you write a test. You know, there's a plan to write tests also in this. Subsectional tests are there, full length tests are there. Then you take your copy and you discuss it with your mentor. I think this is one very, very big asset to this program, because if I start writing answer, or maybe I've been writing answers, I might not be very sure that what do I do about this answer? How do I look at it differently? How can I, if I'm getting 3 marks or 3.5 marks, and maybe I practice and I go till 4, but after that I don't know, how do I get till 5? What is that addition which I'm going to be doing? So throughout that journey, that mentor is going to be very, very helpful in guiding you, because they have the expertise. They've gone through those toppers copy, they've been doing this, guiding aspirants, so they recognize the weaknesses and they can accordingly give very useful suggestions.
And ma'am, this mains preparation can become lonely, can become scary, because it is so diverse. There are so many moving parts. So how do we address that guidance part of it?
Yeah, you're very right, Kapil. Once you clear prelims, the pressure becomes much, much higher. The stakes are much higher now, right? Especially if you've told 5 people that you've cleared, right? You're going to be very worried about that whole thing. And that does take you to a situation where it can be isolating. It can be depressing also at times. So the mentorship program is designed in that way, that, okay, you have an interaction with an expert, which not only is going to be academic, but it can also be on non-academic things, like you have any stress issues or your motivation issues or you're feeling lonely. Then there is also going to be a peer group of other people who are writing mains, who are, in a similar boat like you. So you can also interact with them through the groups which will be there. So you might find some common concerns and you might get some good ideas out of that. So it doesn't look like you're doing it alone. it's like that, okay, you know, I have people around me, and whenever I feel like that, okay, I need to get out of my loneliness, because of course for 70 days you will be under a lot of stress, so this could be a very good avenue in that sense, to if the aspirant chooses to use it.
So, ma'am, Laksh then becomes the whole package for the mains. Like it addresses the diverse needs of the student and it keeps ensuring that they are on track throughout their 70-day preparation. So, as we come to an end of this discussion, ma'am, what would you like to say to students who are now gearing for mains and what should they keep in mind for next 70 days?
I think all aspirants need to remember this, that prelims is now done. So those books can be closed. This is now a new thing, a different kind of demand is there of for mains, and aspirants need to start with it as soon as possible. I think this is the one thing I want to emphasize again. Please don't waste time. Please don't deliberate on, you know, variations in answer keys. Please don't get stressed about the prelims. That's done. Now, if you have every day is important for the mains exam. Get proper guidance, make proper plans. A program like Laksh can be very helpful throughout this journey of yours, and just start working for mains. A lot of portions you have already covered in prelims, a lot of factual and conceptual aspects, because some subjects are definitely common. Now you also need to shift your gear to subjects like or papers like essay and ethics, which you have not studied earlier. So make sure you are in that position, that you are thinking about all these things and you're channelizing your energies in that direction.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding our aspirants. So, aspirants, I hope now you have a good idea how you need to approach the upcoming mains as well as about our Laksh program. And if you want to know more about it, please do visit our website. Thank you.